Every winter gardening season is different, and so far this winter, we've had the mildest weather in years. It's certainly the mildest winter we've had since we built our hoop house. And as a result, we're seeing things we've never seen before. Today I thought I'd give you an update on how our winter garden is doing. January is our coldest month of the year, and our average annual low is between -15 and -10 degrees Fahrenheit. And when it gets that cold, we usually lose some of our winter crops. But this year, it's only gotten down to 15 degrees Fahrenheit so far this winter, and that's not nearly cold enough to kill off our plants under double cover. It was even warm enough in December for cabbage worms to survive under double cover until late December. I've never seen them survive this late in the season. Fortunately, there weren't too many of them, and they didn't do a lot of damage. And our crops are still doing fine, despite a little bit of damage from the worms. Most of these crops typically survive through the winter under double cover, but mizuna and tatsoi are an exception, because they're not as cold hardy. But if they make it through the rest of the month, there's a good chance we'll be harvesting tatsoi and mizuna, along with all of our other winter crops, through the winter. Another result of the warmer weather is that we saw noticeable plant growth in December and January, which is very unusual. Typically, because of limited sun and colder temperatures, plants stop growing even under double cover in December, and they don't pick up growth again until mid-February. We also usually see the garden thin out in January, as we harvest regularly with no new growth to replace harvested crops. But with temperatures as high as the low 50s just a couple weeks ago, there's no doubt that our plants have continued to grow in January, which we've never seen before. And there's more to harvest now than there was at the beginning of the month. Though our winter has got off to a very mild start, that does look like it's about to change. Our forecast for the next couple of weeks has weather that's more typical for this time of year here in Zone 5B, and it looks like it might even be colder than average. To maximize our harvest and to protect our crops, I'm going to do two things in preparation for the colder temperatures. First, when it's expected to dip below 10 degrees, I'll add a third layer of cover over our crops, and I'll use Agribond row cover. I'll only add it on cloudy days and for cold nights. I'll simply lay it directly over our crops, and I won't remove it until it's well above freezing in the hoop house and the plants are no longer frozen. The fabric sticks to plants when they're frozen, so it's very important to wait for them to thaw out before removing the cover. With the third layer of cover on cold, cloudy days and cold nights, I expect most of our crops to make it through the winter, with the possible exception of tatsoi and mizuna, which are less cold hardy. The second thing I'll do is to harvest tatsoi and mizuna more aggressively, to try to harvest as much as I can before those plants are potentially lost to the cold. So today I'm picking a salad. I'll harvest a variety of greens, but I'll really focus on those two crops. Let's get started. Well, I'm going to head back inside to enjoy my winter salad. And if all goes well over the next few weeks, we should have plenty of winter greens and carrots to harvest all the way through winter. And one side benefit of the colder temperature is that it will put an end to our cabbage worm problem. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe for more videos on how to grow a lot of food on a little land without spending much or working harder than you have to.